just like they say, another week, another TWAB. Figured we'd go ahead and keep reading the posts as they come out. So this week at Bungie, we showed some of the new gear that's coming with Lightfall. We also previewed some of the changes coming to the weapon sandbox and even more. But first, here's a brief reminder of what we talked about in the last week's blog. We announced the new Festival of the Lost armor sets for voting. You get beetles or spiders. If you're not picking spiders, I don't know you. Deep sight weapons obtained at the helm now have a daily rotation, which is great. Iron Banner reputation gains increased. Some Bungie store rewards will expire when the season ends. Go get them. Get your seals, get your gear, get your t-shirts. Oh, and if you didn't read about the incoming economy updates, go do it. Speaking of economy, all your blues are now turning into purples. That means extra legendary shards. Don't forget to check your inboxes. Got that? Good. Let's talk about today's TWAB then. Here's what we have for you. Have you watched Lightfall's exotic gear trailer? Have you? Have you? A reminder to go read the Weapons Sandbox blog. It's Black History Month. Blues are gone, for real this time, for the most part. Vote for the next Trials map, Lightfall pre-launch downtime, and pre-download details. Some exotic greatness. Only 26 days, mi gente, my people. That's how little time we have left before Lightfall, and its amazing content is here. We don't want to spoil what's coming, but we also want to have something that makes the wait a bit more fun. That's why we recently launched this a sneak peek at some of the new exotic weapons and armor coming in Lightfall. Take a look if you haven't, or gaze upon its greatness once more. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I want to see what Final Warning's going to be like in PvP. Like, will I be able to shoot over a barricade? That's what I want to know, really. This is going to be fun. Cytarachne. A lot of PvP players are going to be excited about that. There's got to be some sort of PvE bonus that it rolls with as well. Ah, yes. Kefri's Horn 2.0. Quicksilver Sword, getting that grenade tangle. You can load 3 grenades into that, so that means you can spawn at least 3 tangles at once. Swarmers, destroying tangles spawns threadlings. It's like Warmind cells on crack. It's looking good. I've been reading this morning that the Winter's Bite, it's going to be a heavy weapon glaive. So it'll go in your heavy slot. One day, triple glaive build. It's coming. It'll happen. Alright, there you have it. Little showcase. If you can't watch that video now that we just watched, don't worry about it. Here's a summary of what's going on. So you have that Final Warning sidearm. Hold down the trigger of this kinetic slot strand sidearm. Say that 5 times fast. To mark targets within range and load a burst of bullets. When hip firing, projectiles track aggressively toward marked targets. Very cool. Very cool. Deterministic chaos. While holding down the trigger, every 4th bullet of this void machine gun becomes a heavy projectile that weakens targets on impact. Every 4th heavy projectile makes targets volatile on impact. Now, this reminds me, just because of its rhythmic fire, of the what was it? Season of the Lost. Was it Lost? I don't think it was Lost. Earlier, back when we were doing the ley lines with Mara. These old weapons here. Let's see. Where is the one of them here? Someone's going to know right away as soon as they see me trying to remember what it's called. Auto rifle. It is these guys. The Cryosura Mellow. These fired with a rhythm. And I believe they were indicative to a thing with Savathun's song. Maybe. I might need correction there. But I wonder if this rhythm for this machine gun will follow something similar. Winterbite, there we go, confirmed it. This heavy slot exotic stasis glaive fires a large ball of energy that locks on nearby targets and freezes them. In the video, it looks like it rains down ice spikes, which looks really cool. Cytorachne's Facade. After grappling, this exotic helmet gives extra protection as hunters gain body armor. Only body. Head still vulnerable and flinch resistance. That's interesting that it doesn't give you any sort of head coverage. Abiant Leap. When Titans use their barricade, it gives extra armor to its wielder. I wonder if that's like an overshield or if it's damage resistance. And spawns 2 additional seeking projectiles that they track targets aggressively and suspends them. Yeah, that's where you see in the video it lifts the Cabal up into the air. And then last, Swarmers. The new exotic leg armor allows warlocks to create threadlings to infest and attack enemies after destroying a tangle. More exotic weapons and armor pieces coming with Lightfall, and of course, some cool legendary ones. We are keeping the details about those undercover for now, but we have pictures to share. Got the final warning there, very slick looking, I like it. Kind of reminds me of the High Albedo. Got the deterministic chaos, very cool. It almost makes me think of a dawning weapon. And then you got the Winter's Bite. That's kind of short. I guess it's, I don't know, just the blade designs makes me think it's like a short glaive, but it looks cool. Weapons are a-changing. Let's keep talking about weapons. Some of you love to find that perfect combination of perks for your favorite builds. Others might just be collectors looking to have a new unique role. And there are also some that enjoy min-maxing everything and want to gather the most precise information about archetypes, damage percentages, and, in the end, what will hurt bosses the most. Man, grenade launchers are going to be so smoky next season, I'm telling you right now. I'm holding on to this bad boy right here. This guy is going to be nasty next season, for sure. We got the full court, we got clown cart, we got spike grenades. We'll throw a boss mod spec on that. We got the blast at masterwork. It's going to be toasty. We're going to load that thing so fast. We have some information about all of them in our weapon tuning article published just yesterday. Here's a small recap. Machine gun and heavy grenade launcher buffs, increased bonus damage for kinetic weapons. Excuse me, I'm trying to play Xbox Kinect over here. Legendary fusion rifles nerf. It says adjustments, but they're getting nerfed. Subclass verbs for more exotic weapons. Some tuning to various perks. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing what these new legendary perks are going to be on the new weapons coming out next season. If you want to read more into detail about such changes, please give it a thorough read. And if you haven't checked the build crafting or legacy focusing articles, we really think you should. Bye-bye blues, for real this time. For realsies, everybody. We're getting those extra legendary shards from the new blue to legendary conversion. After this week's hotfix 6307, we have eliminated another source of blue engrams. Now, once you hit the soft power cap, powerful enemies that used to have a small chance of dropping a blue engram will now drop a purple engram instead. More blues, everybody! While more valuable, this replacement doesn't relieve as much inventory or postmaster pressure as we would like, and we'll need an additional update to get us to our ultimate goal. Yeah, I've been seeing some of you guys out there doing a GM or Master Nightfalls, and your post box is just full of purples now. Just keep an eye on that. Clear out some space in your slots on your Guardian, and just be cautious. Don't lose your all your shards are sitting in your postmaster. Early in Lightfall, we're planning to have powerful enemies instead drop Glimmer and occasionally a purple engram, whenever they would have dropped a blue engram to help keep your postmaster inventory clean. Additionally, we've recently boosted Gunsmith reputation gains from other sources by 25% to help everyone rank up with Banshee even faster. Lightfall maintenance downtime, of course. Just before Lightfall drops, Destiny 2 will be brought offline for 24 hours starting at 9 a.m. PST on February 27th. If needed, you can check your local time here. Players will be reminded of the downtime in-game. Very cool. I love that they have the in-game notification system running smoother now. And on our social media channels before it starts. During this period, players can pre-download Lightfall on all platforms. Be advised that the download file will be large, no joke. Make space. But this new installation will improve load times, and overall disk space usage will be smaller afterwards. I wonder if if we're removing some content. I'll have to find out and dig in. Once the game is brought back online, and Lightfall has launched, sign-in queues are expected, of course, especially during the first hours and peak play times. Keep an eye on Bungie Help and Destiny 2 teams on Twitter for more information, and be sure to wrap up everything you want to achieve during Season of the Seraph before the downtime begins. So all you bounty hunters out there, get cranking. Cabal Scorpions need some tough love. Valis Forge wants us to remind you all that this is the last week of Iron Banner before the new expansion, so get your Iron Lord titles done! Therefore, it's your last chance to gild the Iron Lord title if you haven't already. We increased the reputation gains all over the board, so take that into consideration when jumping into Iron Banner Fortress. If you are more into the exclusive gear aspect of the event, you might want to grab some extra rolls of the weapons that are leaving the loot pool to make room for the next ones. The Iron Companion armor sets aren't going anywhere, but both the Frontier's Cry hand cannon and the Razor's Edge sword will go away to make room for the Bite of the Fox sniper rifle and Jorum's Claw. I'm looking forward to Jorum's coming back. That used to be one of my favorite pulse rifles. Both new versions will have the Iron Banner origin trait and new perk combinations. Looking forward to that. I wonder if these two Iron Banner weapons will get any perks in their pools that have anything to do with Strand. Keeping our fingers crossed. And last but not least, remember that we announced that Iron Banner will be a 3-week event again. Starting in Season 20, we'll share more information about game modes and exact dates in the near future. A 3-week event. You know what? I missed that. I would love to look back here. Starting next season, Iron Banner will be available 3 times. Oh, right. Not like a 3-week long event. It will have 3 weeks where it happens. Makes sense. Perfect. All right. Celebrating the Black History Month. The Black at Bungie Inclusion Club was created more than 2 years ago. Yep. And their mission is still clear. Celebrate and uplift Black employees at the studio. They have never stopped working since then, both inside and outside of Bungie, creating several fundraisers and sponsorships. Today, they have an update to share with you all as part of their celebration of Black History Month. Pardon me. Black at Bungie. Hey Guardians, Black at Bungie is ready to celebrate another year of Black History Month. This last year was a great one for our Inclusion Club. Our membership grew exponentially. We've continued our partnership with Yale University to help them with research to improve video graphics for skin and hair, as well as continued to be a sponsor of Game Devs of Color Expo. As we move into the new year, we're looking to build up our internal community, especially with so many of our new memberships being remote. We're also working on ensuring that our club has a voice in the continued development of Bungie and its universe. You can show your support to Black Americans by purchasing our Be Heard pin at the Bungie store and the EU Bungie store. All profits go to the Southern Poverty Law Front. Very cool. I love that they have programs like this where they go out to other, in this case, Yale or other schools, whatever you want to call it, educational locations, to provide that knowledge share. When I was going to college, I went for network communications management, but there was a lot of game dev people there, trying to get degrees in game dev. But what was always cool is no matter what project everybody was working on, everybody was like, hey, yeah, did you try this for, moving that physics piece? Or did you try this to create that texture? Very cool in the game dev community. I love seeing how inclusive they can be and how helpful they are with their outreach. Polls are open. Saint 14 takes his job very seriously and is quite proud of his range of wares. But since he likes you all, sometimes he is open to having your input into the game mode he cares for so much. What we are trying to say is that players who have opted in to receive Bungie marketing emails will have the chance to choose what map will be featured in Trials of Osiris next week. Once the polls are open, you'll be able to vote for one of these 3 classic maps. Choose wisely. The Fortress, Twilight Gap, Radiant Cliffs. We all want Twilight Gap. I guarantee it's going to be Twilight Gap. I hate Radiant Cliffs. Maybe it's just me. Player support report. Who you going to call? Destiny player support. I can't make that sound like Ghostbusters. Sorry, guys. Important update. Beginning Tuesday, January 31st. Well, that happened already. After hotfix 6307, Destiny player support began seeing reports from players who had recently deleted characters concerning character progression loss upon the reappearance of previously deleted characters. Goodness, this again. After an investigation into player logs, the team was able to identify and address the cause of the issue, and we believe only a limited population of players that had deleted an existing character within 48 hours of the release of the hotfix were affected. We want to reiterate to players that we take the safety of player data very seriously and are continuously working to ensure that player data remains safe and intact. We will continue monitoring this situation closely, though we believe the issue has been fully resolved. More information will be shared via Bungie Help once available. I think this is an interesting situation because Bungie, from what I've read and seen, does take this very seriously. There was one case, I think early last month, where they were able to confirm, yes, this happened. This player lost their data, and they were able to do a recov for that character. But then, just because I guess people are the way people are, a bunch of other folks are like, yeah, that happened to me too, and it just kind of flooded their investigation. I just kind of wish some members of our community could be less trolly and less, hey, me. But, people gonna people. Reminders! With approximately 4 weeks left until the release of Lightfall, we wanted to take this opportunity to remind players of some notable events and deadlines. So, grab your pen or smartphone and get ready to mark your calendars. We know this already. This happened Tuesday. So this week we got Iron Banner going on. End of the month, 24-hour Destiny 2 downtime and prep for Lightfall. The next day, Season 20 begins along with Lightfall! And then, unclaimed Prime gaming rewards expire. And don't forget to run over to, I think it's, oh gosh. I forgot her name. Our pilot friend hangs out in a hangar. She usually carries all your Prime Gaming rewards. I know some folks have been claiming those rewards and just letting them stack on her for the lulz. Go grab them, dismantle them, get your glimmer, whatever they turn into. Known issues. This is always fun to review. While we continue investigating various known issues, here is a list of the latest issues that were reported to us in our help forum. The redacted quest cannot be picked up if a player's bounty inventory is full. Players will need to make room in their inventory to pick up the quest step. Now, this should be a no-brainer. If your inventory of quests is full, you can't take more quests. Please complete your quests and bounties. Some seasons of the Seraph armor may display the message, unlock this item in collections to purchase. When viewing the seasonal vendor screen, if a player sees this message, they may still need to earn the armor elsewhere before purchasing additional armor from the vendor. The Take a Seat emote displays a dark outline on players when activated. The Forged in Grace emblem does not display its name when hovered over in players' inventories. At the end of the Operation Sanctus mission, the game does not indicate that Rasputin is the one speaking. On the Europa map, I wonder if that's the one where you had to wait for the door to open. On the Europa map for heist battlegrounds, cryptolith towers may appear to reactivate after they are deactivated. This is a visual issue and does not affect gameplay. On the Mars map for heist battlegrounds, when a player's ghost is hacking, viewing the director will incorrectly show 2 objectives on the map. That's helpful, not confusing at all. For a full list of emergent issues in Destiny 2, players can review the Known Issues article. Players who observe other issues should report them to our help forum. Now, at this point, I usually tune out of the TWABs personally, but for this recording, I'll go ahead and keep pushing through. People can let me know over time if they want me to just kind of drop at this point, and that's okay. I've muted the grandpas. Hippie, there is no better place to cultivate S-tier memes, friendships, and hilariously petty arguments than Discord. It's true. One might even say that some of those digital and playful fisticuffs are cute. Clovis is a straight-up savage with the one-liner KOs. So what would happen if Clovis and Osiris were to go toe-to-toe, not on the helm like in Season of the Seraph, but in the digital landscape that is Discord? This movie of the week explores exactly that. If Clovis and Osiris got... That is a 9-minute video. Goodness. I'll be honest. I don't know if I can make it through this whole video with all the Discord chimes. goofy. Let's see. We're going to move on here. We've been loving the stream of solo flawless Spire the Watcher runs that y'all keep tagging us in. But also, please keep sending us your less than flawless runs because we're going to keep sharing them. Goodness. I can't. Let's see some art of the week here. That's cool. Some Iron Banner gear with the, yep, favorite Warlock arms. This is a very cool piece. That's neat. That's it for this week. There are only a few TWABs left before Lightfall drops, and still a lot of new information we want to share with you, so don't worry, because it's certainly coming. Keep an eye on Bungie.net and our official social media channels for more standalone articles, and maybe even follow our new Destiny 2 team accounts if you want to ask us something. They're on Reddit, Twitter, and Bungie.net. We hope everyone is having a great time now that Season of Seraph is entering its final weeks. There's still plenty of time to complete some of the triumphs and titles you have left, finish more weapon patterns, reset another rituals rank, gather more materials playing pinnacle content, and even attempt a solo flawless run of Spire the Watcher. Just take it easy, and as always, try to have the most fun. Hasta luego, Bruno Louviers. Thank you for the kitten, Bruno. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me run through our weekly TWAB. And I'll catch you next time.